Hey folks, JD here. Look what's in this. I think this is the brand new Wimius. Yes it is. Perfect. Okay. This is the new one. That is the old one. So all in all, we should be able to see if there's any cosmetic changes or any differences over the two models, which in all fairness I don't think there's going to be at all. And then we're going to be able to see how this flies, because I'm wanted to have a little look at them both and still have the other one here before I sent that back, so that I could see exactly how this, how it looked and if there's any change or whatever. Right, so if I leave that there, right, open this up. This isn't an unboxing, by the way, folks. If you haven't seen the full unboxing, it is in, look at that. Oh no, it looks exactly the same. As I was saying, folks, if you haven't seen the unboxing, it's in the description. This is the old one versus the new one, and I really needed to see exactly what was wrong. Right, with this camera, because when I took this up, the footage from here was half blurred and half okay. So I was very distraught because, oh yeah, you can see, yeah, definitely some sort of smudge on the lens there. Underneath this great big lamp, I can see there's some sort of smudge on that one. Whereas this one, it looks totally clear. Perfect. And I'd even, I'd tried everything. I thought from the first flight that there was something on here, so I tried with a little cotton wool bud and tried to see if I could move anything, but it still looked exactly the same. So I'm going to be sending this one back, but I wanted to see, while I still had that one, whether this would be any different. So what I'm going to do with this is as we've got the new one, we're going to take this new one up and we're going to see exactly what this is like. Now I'm hoping it's going to be exactly the same flight-wise, but just have a much better, or even better have... Now I know it's going to be the same flight-wise, but what I am also hoping is that the video quality is not going to be smudged, it's going to be okay, and you're going to be able to see it without there being any issues. So that's what I'm hoping. I mean, cosmetically, these quads look exactly the same. There's no difference in colour or anything like that, yeah, exactly the same in every way, apart from this lens. If you look through it, there isn't any smudge, whereas on this one there's a massive smudge going down the lens. So that's good. So I'm going to put this one away and I'm going to get this battery charged. But I think what you're going to look at now is the flight of this. Turned on the quadcopter, turned on the transmitter. Now, yeah, we're bound. Let's open up, let's turn on my Wi-Fi, connect to the broadcasting signal there. And then, once that is done, come on. And then we're going to open up the app, the DR10 app. There we go, beautiful. And then we should be able to see if this camera is going to be any better. Now, click flight. Okay, click flight. Okay, first off the bat, I've noticed that yes, we are connected, but my SD card, which is directly in the back there, is not being picked up, and this is the same one that I used for the other Wimius. Right, okay. So let's see, let's take her up and let's see exactly what we've got. Now with this one, we know that the optical flow sensor does take a little while to actually register. What I'm going to do, we're up, let's start some screen recording while I'm going to let that I'm going to let that decide what it's doing. It is quite a murky day today, which is why I've left it so late to come out and fly. I don't like flying as late as this. I'm an early bird, Right, so we're up, and you know what? I can confirm that this video is 100 times better, 1,000 times better. What isn't better is that this quad keeps on going down. Let's take her up higher. Okay, maybe she was too low. Now let me click raw record. Now as that SD card isn't being picked up, see, I'm constantly having to keep my finger on the throttle up button. Oh, okay, now as the SD card isn't being picked up, this raw footage, if it does record, it's going to record directly onto my there we are, look, not even doing anything, it's coming back down. It is going to record. Let's bring it out into the light. Maybe it's too dark there for the optical flow system. Let's turn it round. God, it's very nice to control on the transmitter. Now, as I was saying, this video, because it's not picking up the SD card, it's going to be recording directly to my phone, which then is going to downgrade the quality of the video to 720p rather than 1080. That's much better. Okay, at the beginning there, I'm not going to put that down to the quadcopter. I'm going to put that down to it being too dark in that corner. Because now, even though it's feathering, it's staying. Oh, it's still dropping. No, it's still dropping quite considerably. Let's bring her out a bit. Now here's as light as it's going to get. I haven't got any trees overhanging where my current position, but it is still feathering up and down. What I really care about in this particular instance is the camera quality, and obviously the one that I had, the quadcopter I had previous to this, was obviously a dud. And there was such a smudge on the lens that you couldn't actually see anything through the camera. You could see, it was literally like a line on the camera. You could see, okay, everything to the left, everything to the right was just smudged. Now this one is a lot crazier though. Look how crazy this is. This is a lot crazier. Is there anything? Come on. Okay, so the optical flow system is working, because as I put my hand underneath it, it just went straight up. But the problem is that it's still going straight up. Still going straight up. Still going straight up. Well, that's definitely past its 20-meter boundary that it's meant to have set in here. So let's have a little look. Low speed, American habits. I mean, the calibration was all set, that was all done, but it's just, look at it, not even anything's being pressed. It's just totally crazy. I was hoping that this one is going to be good. Whoa, my God, did you see that? I didn't even touch a thing. That just came straight down. To the ground. Right. Let's initiate landing for that so all the motors stop. My God. Right, well, I was hoping that I was going to be put to shame and that this one was going to be far superior and everything was going to work flawlessly. It just flew straight up in the air. Probably got some fantastic shots, but it's not good enough. Right, let's see what it's going to do now. Right, I've still got full control of it, but it's just gone off on its own. I'm pulling back and it's just, and we have no wind here today. Absolutely none. Right, I'm landing that. Otherwise, it's going to get stuck in a tree, which is exactly what it has just done. You can see the branch waving there. No, do you know what? I'm not changing my thought on this at all. If you want a DR10 or Dr. X, then honestly, go with the Thai. This is the second one I've had, and it's terrible. This is even worse than the first. At least the first one flew pretty well. Where is that gone? I think I'm going to have better luck going this way, perhaps. Okay. Now then. Where is he looking at? Oh, he's looking at some leaves. That'll help me in my quest to find this. Okay, so what have we got? What have we got and where have we got it? It's probably going to be in here somewhere, I would have thought. There it is, right there. Upside down. Right there. Okay. Do you know what? That now, I'm not going to fly that. at all. Now, it can't be trusted. So, yeah, I'm not gonna fly that again. That's it. I mean, 2 issues with this one. One of them, it didn't want to stay put. Second one is that it didn't pick up the SD card. But the video in this one, I can confirm, the video in this one is very, very good. So at least the video works out. I didn't expect the quadcopter to be like that though. Right, well, I've done as much as I can do, folks. That's the second one from Amazon. Okay, so back at the office, back in the lab. And, right, well, what can I say? Well, we've got the new Wimius here. We've got the old Wimius here. We've got the red Thi, which is just there, and the box is there. So the Thi is there, the box is there. I expected this to do a bit better. I at least expected it to fly the same as the last one, but have full resolution clear video. Now, it did have full resolution clear video. That was fantastic, and it did hold in place. But there was one distinct time when it shot up in the air, and this has got a window locked at 20. I think it's either 20 foot or 20 meters, and it went straight up in the air, higher than that, and then it fell straight back to the ground. And it was at that point I decided I wasn't going to fly it again because, well, that clearly there's something wrong with that. But I did. I took it back up and I thought, well, I'm going to give it another shot. There's something in the back of my brain that's just like, well, try it again. You don't know. That could have been whatever. And I tried it. And even with the throttle all the way back, even with the mere negative pitch, so it should come backwards, it was still gliding straight ahead. That was after full calibration. There are times where, you know, you try and do things as best as you possibly can. Now, as this was the original, I thought, I'll buy another one and then go from that and see exactly how that would do. And I was expecting it to be fine. It isn't. That's as much as I can do. I'm not going to buy another one. I'm not going to go down that route again. What I've done is, I think I've done it as fairly as I possibly can. I was going to do a Thi versus Wimius comparison if this one, this new one, had flown, you know, the same, had flown very well and had perfect video. That's not something I'm going to do as in depth as I normally do with my comparisons. What I'm going to say is, if you were after a Wi-Fi little quad, then the Thi just ticks all the boxes for me. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but at least I knew that I could fly it. It had good quality video. The one downside with this is that I couldn't get the SD card to work. On the original one, the SD card worked and I had raw footage, but I couldn't see it. On the new one, the SD card didn't work, and it was exactly the same SD card that I'd used in the original Wimius, and that didn't work. So it worked in one, didn't work in the other. The camera didn't work in this one, but worked in this. This one flew okay. This one didn't fly well at all. You can't make these things up. This is exactly how it goes, and I honestly think just leave it alone. If you have got a good one, I know David Nathan, the person that recommended me to get this, his one is flawless. I know he swears by his, which is just a shame that I can't do the same. But thank you, David, for your recommendation. I do appreciate it. If any of you have got any other recommendations, I've started to kick that back off. I've got a load of quads and stuff here that I'm going to be testing that you've asked for at the last quarter of the year last year. I did a few of them. I didn't do some others. I've got them all sitting here, or as many of them as I can get, and I'll be leaking those out over the next coming months anyway. There we are, my friends. Well, thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.